Given the expense of buying a car and all the time drivers spend behind the wheel, it's not surprising that car buyers are disappointed when a vehicle doesn't live up to its promise. Consumer Reports asked members each year about their car purchases. They provide great insights by answering one question. If you had to do it all over again, would you definitely buy or lease the same model? Combined with test and reliability ratings, owner satisfaction ratings give you valuable guidance when you're shopping for a vehicle. Based on that analysis, the following models are the least satisfying. They're presented in rank order, counting down to the least satisfying. Before we continue, please consider subscribing to Technovation's channel for more informative automotive videos. Number 6. Jeep Compass. 46% would buy it again. Right from the trailhead, the redesigned Compass comes up short in the white-hot small SUV market, earning the dubious distinction as the lowest-rated model in its class. It doesn't measure up in several ways. Factor in a price that's typically higher than better competitors, and the result is that shoppers should be driven in another direction. The second-generation Compass shares much of its underpinnings with its smaller sibling, the Jeep Renegade. It draws styling inspiration from the Grand Cherokee, namely in the grille, and with its softly squared-off edges. But don't let the similar looks deceive you into thinking this is a worthy heir to the Jeep off-road legacy. The 180 horsepower 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine is teamed with a 9-speed automatic transmission. This disappointing pairing results in slow acceleration, with delayed downshifts and a lackadaisical response. Performance feels even slower than the numbers suggest. Handling is secure, but the steering isn't particularly quick and is rather vague, denying the driver a feel of precision or control. The brake pedal is overly sensitive, making it hard to reach a smooth stop and putting your coffee cup in danger. The jittery ride is neither very absorbent nor entirely well controlled over undulations. The cabin has a few token soft surfaces, but is otherwise austere. The driver's seat is short on support, and the rear seat forces passengers to sit awkwardly. Cabin quietness is undermined by the coarse engine noise. Number 5. Infiniti QX50. 46% would buy it again. The Infiniti QX50 comes with an innovative engine and a roomy, quiet, and well-furnished interior. But the engine doesn't provide the promised performance or fuel economy gains. And the controls are confusing to use, all of which combine to leave customers underwhelmed. This SUV sports a novel variable compression turbocharged engine with a quick acceleration from a stop, with hardly any turbo lag. But in more demanding situations, the CVT lets the engine rev very high for far too long, which in turn becomes annoyingly loud. The suspension absorbs most bumps, but some thumps punch through harder than expected. One of the Infiniti's biggest flaws are its confusing controls, particularly for the infotainment system. The system is convoluted, and it's a hassle to select the correct function at a glance. It also takes too many steps to execute common tasks, such as programming audio presets. The dual touchscreens and rotary controller don't help either. Number 4. Nissan Rogue Sport. 42% would buy it again. Rogue Jr. would be a more apt name for this subcompact SUV from Nissan. It looks like a shrunken version of the regular Rogue, but it isn't any sportier to drive. It's slower than its big brother, and it wasn't much nimbler. The Rogue Sport is available in front or all-wheel drive. It's powered by a 141 horsepower 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine that's paired with a well-tuned continuously variable transmission. Although this power plant gets the job done, it could use more zip when merging into highways. It takes more than 10 seconds to get the Rogue Sport from rest to 60 miles per hour. On the road, the cabin remains relatively quiet and civilized, and the ride is composed for an SUV in this price and size bracket. Handling is responsive and secure, though we'd stop short of calling the Rogue Sport sporty. Number 3. Chevrolet Trax. 37% would buy it again. In creating its cute ute, Chevy's strategy appears to have been produce a mere placeholder beneath the Equinox using a model cheaply cobbled from the underwhelming built-to-price Sonic. From that mediocre measure, the Trax is a success. The Korean-built Trax is a tiny, upright crossover that aims to attract the young and young at heart. Standing tall, the Trax provides easy access and chair-height seats. However, once squished inside the narrow confines, the driver is wedged between a too-close left footrest and an intrusive center console. The seats themselves rival folding chairs when it comes to cushioning, slender with overly firm side bolsters. The tight quarters means the driver may well rub elbows with a front passenger. Given the Trax's small outside shadow, rear seat accommodations are commendable. The seat provides adequate space for 2 adults, with relatively good leg and headroom. The seat is hard, however, with a short bottom cushion that limits support for the long haul. The rock-hard cabin materials are the stuff of cost-cutting memos. The instrument cluster is dated, with a digital display that possesses all the design elegance of a 1980s calculator watch. And the Trax literally stank, with an off-putting chemical odor that lingered for several months. Chevrolet should serve its customers better than providing the Trax, with its strained 1.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. This gruff power plant delivers agonizingly glacial acceleration, better measured in epochs than seconds. Number 2. Ford EcoSport. 30% would buy it again. The diminutive EcoSport may have outwardly goofy styling and tiny-looking wheels, but its best characteristic is its surprisingly nimble handling on the road and around our test track. The EcoSport drives more like a sporty car than a dull SUV, with its even keel ability to take corners quickly and some welcome feedback through the steering wheel. Ford's latest SUV is positioned beneath the Escape and competes with the Chevrolet Trax, Honda HR-V, and Mazda CX-3 in the burgeoning subcompact SUV field. Fuel economy and acceleration are neither eco nor sport. Even with the larger of the 2 available engines, it has to work hard to merge into traffic. The ride suffers from some jitter, but it's tolerable. Noise levels are on par for the segment. Beyond the buzzy engine, road noise is also pronounced. With its upright stance, getting in and out of the EcoSport is a snap. The front seats are comfortable, though they could use more lumbar support. The rear seats are tight, and legroom is very limited. Cargo space is limited, and the back doors swing awkwardly to the side as opposed to a liftgate that swings up. Drivers need to leave extra space behind to open that door. This uncommon arrangement takes some getting used to. It doesn't shield owners from the rain when loading or unloading either. Number 1. Toyota C-HR. 29% would buy it again. Toyota blurs the line between the hatchback and subcompact SUV segments with the C-HR, Coupe Highrider. This Toyota drives decently, but it has a few glaring faults that may take it out of contention for potential buyers. First off, the C-HR isn't available with all-wheel drive, as are its Honda HR-V, Mazda CX-3, and Subaru Crosstrek competitors, making it more car than SUV. Second, it is abnormally slow with a 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration time of more than 11 seconds. And third, the Toyota's rear and side visibility are horrendous. The engine and continuously variable transmission form an unobtrusive combination during everyday driving. Any attempt to spur it into a gallop, however, results in a cacophony of unpleasant engine noise and rather embarrassing acceleration. Unusually pronounced wind noise on the highway also hurts it. Hidden rear door handles also give the impression that the C-HR is a 2-door coupe, but they're awkward to grasp and make it hard to access the rear seats. The cabin makes a good first impression with some premium touches such as an electronic parking brake and automatic high beams, but some cheap trim material is visible. While the rear seat is roomy, the small windows create a very dark cabin with difficult visibility. making parking maneuvers and merging rather dicey. Thanks for stopping by. Before you go, I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for more informative automotive videos. Stay tuned.